The number 7 is a magical, mystical number. It holds power over us all. It is a sigil of ethereal power struggles beyond the mortal realm. It is, by virtue of being more than 6, but less than 8, very, very powerful. It is strong, like a bull, which famously have 7 dicks. 7 of 9 was the Borg on Star Trek Voyager, and her outfit was particularly powerful. As the famous incantation goes, 7 in the hand is worth more than 7 in the bush. A 7-11 is called a 7-11, not a 9-11, you fools. That's right, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, they've all been in movies with this number on the tin. I mean, look at the size of that 7. It is genuinely fucking huge, but it does not cast a shadow. Wake up, sheeple. Furthermore, to add to the mounting evidence of the importance of the number 7 to us, it is said in some traditions that if you have 7 letters in your first name, you'll be born a god among men, wise beyond your years, forever 21, which is, of course, a multiple of 7 and my age. Which tradition says this? Well, it's the... yeah, that one. 7 is the number of moons Earth has. If you want to fool and believe the lamestream media, around Earth, with only 1 moon, how fucking pedestrian. Shoot for the 7 moons, and if you miss, at least you can say you want a cucked beta shitheel fart womble. I can't believe I said that sentence out loud. There's a good reason the Shadow Cabal of satanic gatekeepers and lizard people at Wizards of the Coast chose 7 cards to be your opening hand. When enough people draw 7 cards at once, all simultaneously, like in a rite, a ritual, it will open a gate to a hellscape ethereal plane of magic and extraplanar energies, also known as a convention centre. In the hot and humid dank sweat of one of these centres, if enough players draw their 7 all at once, it will summon a demonic entity known only as the Slut Fuck Beast. I don't make up the names for these folks, this was all deciphered from the Grand Truth, a method of irrefutable scientific methodology. Yeah, it's a good method. It's great. Best method. What we did was that we took the 7th letter of each sentence in every one of Trump's public appearances for the last 2 years. We threw them into a washing machine, we washed them at 30 degrees to make sure we were being environmentally conscious, then we loosely fanned them out on a table and looked to decipher the words that came out of the mass of letters. And then I passed out from the sheer amount of crystal meth I'd stuck up my arsehole. The method is a little unorthodox, I do agree, but it's gotta be a surefire hit. A Reddit user called Red Pill Shitheel 76 told me about it, and with a name like that, who the fuck are we to argue? This video is brought to you in part by the following beautiful entities that are not demonic and are not conjured by the collective frustrations of a convention hall full of Magic players sighing at the sight of another 2-land hand. Firstly, my patrons, link in the description below to get involved. This video and this deck in particular was helped and brewed together with my highest tier patrons called the Splicers in a call that we have once a week. The second of these is channelfireball.com, your premier source for all things Magic the Gathering. Use the code KENOBI at the checkout to support the channel. And lastly, but definitely not least, Ultra Pro, the leaders in sweet protection for your luxury cardboard. Satin Towers give me life. So the number 7, eh? What a magical number. We know it's good for a few reasons. Firstly, it's the mana produced by an assembled set of Tron lands. Secondly, it's the cost of the Great Khan Father. And lastly, it's the converted mana cost of each of the ultimatums. Some of you might be aware of Mono Red Tron, which is strictly speaking the most aggressive and perhaps toxically masculine of all the Tron variants. It just screams and screams until it gets what it wants, or if it loses, it cries in a corner whilst continuing to scream, "I'm not owned, you are." There was a more sophisticated variant of that deck that never made it to the channel. Instead of Mr. Tron, it was Dr. Tron. Mr. Tron's an educated cousin who went to school and realised that convoluted combos involving doors are more fun. The original concept that never ended up making it to the edited videos on the channel was to use Tron lands and Mycosynth lands to cast Cruel Ultimatums and activate Door to Nothingness, which sounds like a good time, but was playing Modern on hard mode, honestly. But then eventually Lattice got banned, ironically because of another version of card, and the idea fell to the wayside. That is, until recently. Ikoria brought us some new ultimatums that really sparked the joy in my gooch and made my genitalia tingle as if I'd trapped them in a door. But there's still nothing to replace the Lattice. That was until M21 rolled around. And once I spent a little while figuring out whether or not this card was modern legal, because some cards in Jumpstart aren't, because they're They're only new to Jumpstart, so they're not modern legal, but they were spoiled simultaneously or almost simultaneously with M21. I've pretty much given up on keeping track of this shit these days. I got excited finally over Chromatic Orrery. My patrons did too, and multiple conversations came up and multiple decks have been brewed around Troning into Orrery and doing some fun shit with it. Basically looking to have our cake and eat it. But once we'd brewed those multiple deck ideas, I was inspired. A thought was born. Our game plan with today's deck is to Tron out an Orrery and then cast ultimatums because we can spend mana as if it was any colour. Like perhaps Brilliant Ultimatum, in order to find more ultimatums. With a Painter Servant in play and a Chandra's Goggles, we can then double the ultimatums because they're all red now. If the ultimatum hits a 1000-year storm, then a Brilliant Ultimatum, we go deeper, harder, faster, casting 2 or 3 more ultimatums, playing another Orrery off this, or something that's just 5 mana to cast more shit. We rounded out the deck with ultimatums, namely the Genesis one, and a less important Khan package with toys in the board. One Peyton Titan Reaver, very rightly so, pointed out that the deck that I'd put together in some sort of feverish mad dream doesn't really win. It doesn't have a conventional win condition, except for perhaps the singular Iona, don't ask. Even if we go off, we kind of just create huge amounts of value and do nothing with it. And he's right, but that's because, well, it's beautiful, you see. I can now pretend that this deck is a perfect critique, a parody, or perhaps a pastiche of capitalism. We are looking to accumulate a vast amount of value, of worth, or of wealth, and then have so much of it that we don't really know what the fuck to do with it all. Or perhaps we're just fucking about without a clear end goal. And if that isn't a picture-perfect metaphor for modern life, I don't know what is. But seriously, Jeff Bezos, if you could take a moment to stop being so goddamn fucking rich and, like, I don't know, approve my Twitch partner application, that would be great. Cheers, love. Game time. We open up our only game of this video with a picture-perfect hand. For the record, I played one game with this deck. This video was played in front of my most highest tier patrons, live streamed into the Discord as we chatted through the game, had a laugh, and the game was so much fun that I had to put it into a video. This hand has Khan, Orrery, Stirring, Scrying, and 3 lands. It's a sneak. Inquisition from our opponent takes Stirrings. We land a Chromatic Sphere. Look at this guy's face. He's really keen to show us his ball. A second Inquisition rips away our Scrying, more so than the normal variants of Tron where softer hand disruption, as we're essentially a combo deck. We draw another Khan off the Sphere. We play a land and pass. Land pass from our Rock opponent. I'm using the term Rock here. For those that aren't aware, the Rock is a conventionally green-black mid-range deck that is the precursor to conventional Jund strategies. You know, attrition and mid-range. Historically, it has a poor matchup with Tron, because Tron has very powerful top decks. We draw Brilliant Ultimatum, play a land and pass. They crack a peat land, untap, land drop, and swing with the Monkey Village. We play a Tron land and cast Khan, and grab Door to Nothingness, because without ambition, what's the fucking point? Simian Commune kills Khan. We draw Star, crack it, draw into Tron because, well, we cast the Door to Nothingness now. If we get to untap and play Chromatic Orrery, that doesn't mean we've won yet because we don't have 10 mana after Orrery to activate the door to kill our opponent, because it costs 10 to activate it. This means they'll have 2 turns to find an answer like an Assassin's Trophy or Collector Oof or similar. Liliana of the Veil comes down and we bin off Painter Servant. We untap and we draw the exact card we need. We draw a Tower, which gives us an extra 3 mana. We can now cast Orrery to allow us to spend mana as if it was any colour, and we have, once it resolves, exactly 10 mana left. It truly is better to be lucky than it is to be good. We load up the cannon, we initialize the launch sequence, and we door the ever-loving shit out of our opponent.
Nuclear launch detected.
What?
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Yay, I like Door to Nothingness.
What can I say? There's nothing like the rush of hunting people down and killing them. I mean, my heart's...
My lands are making 7 mana.
My hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting. I'm still getting the headshots. It's like boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
GG, Door to Nothingness E. In game 2, we have an even better hand. 2 Tron lands, Stirring, Star to allow us to play the Stirrings and the Scrying. We just need to find a forest off the Stirrings, for example, we'll naturally draw into it. Hand attack takes Stirrings, and I simply forget to play the Star in my hand. But wait, it's a big brain play, right? If they use hand attack again, now they have the option of taking the Sylvan Scrying or the Star. They of course take the Scrying, because they're not an idiot, changing nothing, so basically making my big brain play more of a big shit play. Fuck. I draw a Scrying, meaning that if we have the Star in play right now, it would allow us to literally assemble Tron, but I can't. So I play the star and I pass. A third piece of hand attack into the scrying, but then we're blessed. Our opponent misses a land drop, which means ghost quartering us doesn't seem all that great either. We draw stirrings, star into it and find. For the record, this deck isn't even like a 60 card deck. We had to cut like 4 cards and I was feeling lazy, so I just stuck 2 more forests into the deck and called it a day. We play the tower we drew and pass. They hit a land drop and play a Fulminator Mage and blow up our mine. Oof, that hurts. We draw another ultimatum. Our combined CMC across our hand now is 27 mana. Yep. Our opponent plays a Luris. Hello, old friend. Sphere draws us into mine and casts Stirrings, which finds plant. So we're really fucking close. We've now assembled Tron. If it weren't for the fact they have these 2 meddling ghost quarters. Fuck you, Ghost Quarter. I'm only kidding, Ghost Quarter. I love you. I love you. Please, Ghost Quarter, come back! They Ghost Quarter us in draw step, which gives us a glimmer of hope for what happens. That we might have got to untap with it and cast the Orrery. The reason you do this in the draw step is in case your Tron opponent is on a low land count, basic land count, and they've just drawn their last basic into hand. It's unlikely, but it can sometimes, due to this sequencing, increase the chance of your strip mine being, well, a strip mine, your Ghost Quarter being a strip mine. We drew another ultimatum. Hand total CMC is now 33, another powerful number, the number of the yeast. Goif turns up the clock and we die with a load of ultimatums stuck in hand. Oh, whoopsie. We won game 1 though, so we still get a game 3. We can do it again. I'm tired and I'm hungry, so I keep this one lander, much to the frustration of my patrons watching. Look, I had to go and cook dinner, and clicking the mulligan button would have taken at least another 2 seconds. Like moving my mouse over to the button and pressing it, that's a good, easy 2 seconds that I avoided by pressing the keep button next. Oh, fuck. Our hand is reasonable if we draw a second land, but if we don't for a couple of turns, we just die. This hand was never meant to be kept. This is a hand its own mother would struggle to love. We lead map and then miss a land drop. They abrupt decay our map after duressing away our ancient stirrings. Fuck, that hurts. We then draw a forest a turn too late to be useful. They Thoughtseize our Khan, and we are again left with a hand size with a total converted mana cost or around 7,000 mana. We draw multiple 7 drops in a row because our deck is pretty suboptimal, and they make short work of us with a Hex Drinker followed up by a Goif. We never draw a third land, and the replay, even the fucking replay doesn't want to carry on and show this. It's had enough. Even the replay is disappointed with this deck. I'm sorry to have disappointed you, replay senpai. I hope you enjoyed this quickie today. Let me know what you think in the comment section below of this fucking shit pile. I'll be back with more M21 gameplay later this week, a Warhammer Wednesday, and an EDH and chill. If you want to support the channel and content like this, links to the Patreon are in the description below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that fucking bell. Every time it's clicked, it sends an electric shock deep into my anal cavity, and I ejaculate. I ejaculate a little bit of blood. And whilst that's awesome whilst I'm at home because I can just eat it without anyone judging me, it's kind of awkward when I'm queuing in Asda and I'm wearing like tight white jeans. But someone has to be the local pervert, right? Right? That's a public service, right? Oh fuck. Be good to one another. I'll see you all soon. Ta-ta for now.